After a controversial appearance on the Full Send podcast, the internet community has now taken issue with host Sean Evans after Benjamin Netanyahu's recent appearance on the YouTube show Hot Ones, where he expressed his desire for U.S.-backed Iranian regime change while sampling an array of progressively spicier chicken wings.
Clips of the Israeli Prime Minister sweating through a Carolina Reaper sauce while discussing his concerns of anti-Semitism have been labeled tone-deaf propaganda and have many demanding Twitch streamer Amaranth does not go through with her Benjamin Netanyahu hot tub stream, which she has planned for later in the week.
Netanyahu's publicist has responded to the controversy, saying that if people didn't enjoy Ben on Full Send or Hot Ones, they might be more likely to connect with his appearance on Sidemen Tinder or Vial Files, where he'll be recapping Bachelor in Paradise episodes, and they should not judge Ben on that one podcast appearance alone.
But perhaps most controversial of all was the Pay Us What You Owe Us shirt worn by Netanyahu during a chaotic joint live stream with WNBA duo the Studbuds. While many assumed it was a reference to higher player salaries, Netanyahu has clarified that he believed the shirts were a call for more aid to Israel from the United States.
The boys.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The lads.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Prepare yourself for BOYSCAST.
The bros.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The homies.
It's the BOYSCAST.
The dudes.
Experience the BOYSCAST.
The boys. Cast.
Yes, sir. Woo-hoo. We've got boys' trip to Puerto Rico this weekend. I'm about to go in. By the way, just in response, we just slipped it in the intro.
Yeah.
Studbuds has been killing me.
I don't know what Studbuds is.
You don't know that one?
It's a WNBA
Okay, so
live stream?
yeah, you do.
Dudes or butch chicks?
So these two chicks that are in the WNBA, right? Because you know how the WNBA.
Oh, they play in the WNBA?
yeah, that's
Studbuds.
the Studbuds, and they tried to go to a party.
Oh, that's Studbuds? Oh, I saw that.
You thought it was about
I was just fucking two buds who were studs, and they're fucking talking to me like, look at this WNBA shit.
he reads whatever you put in front of him, man.
crap,
That's what they
huh?
don't realize him. It's Will Ferrell and Anchorman.
I'm Ron Burgundy.
And the Danny is Gay podcast, you just get him, you just put it in front of him, man. He just keeps going.
I didn't really.
So, the Studbuds is these two girls, which it's hilarious, right? And then basically they tried to get into a bar after the game, and they
Yeah, I saw that.
They didn't let them in. You saw the Studbuds.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't know
Do you
they
know
were.
who I is?
I didn't know they were the Studbuds.
They also have a Twitch stream that's like pretty successful.
Okay.
Called the
But they
Studbuds.
play in the WNBA or they just cover the WNBA? This is what I'm unclear of.
I think they're in the WNBA.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay.
two players.
So that's their side gig, and then their main gig is this Twitch stream?
They're side at the WNBA. Would you rather? Okay, if you got your girl stolen by someone, would you rather stolen by a man or one of the Studbuds? Like, there is something extra heinous about having a woman being like, "Yeah, your girl needs a real man," and she's in your face being like, "Yeah, you couldn't even."
It looks like Simon Phoenix.
Yo, this punk ass bitch, Jew Danny Polishaw, can't even pleasure a pussy. This man don't know the first thing about punani.
No.
I be in there, I be something.
It is, yeah. That clip is. They're like, yeah. Why were you waiting in line? We're in the W, like they call the W.
The W is great. I go, oh, she was at the W hotel. Yeah.
Oh, you work at the W? Can you hook me up with a cheap room rate potentially?
No, you go, oh, you work at the W right this way. No, I'm in the W. Oh, well then, yeah, no, wait in line.
Yeah. We're good.
Buddy, the Studbuds was actually getting me all yesterday. I'm like, that's so great. I do think that I wouldn't want my girl to be taken by like a real proper stud lesbian.
Well, then keep her away from the WNBA.
That's what I'm saying. Because that's
most of them.
Dude,
that's the demo.
Studs are an interesting demo where it's just like they dress exactly like a guy, but they're not trans because it's mostly black community shit.
Yeah. And the WNBA is.
And it's like, yo, you can't even. This guy like small dick bitch, and you're like, you don't even have a dick.
I would love to get the actual statistics of percentage of lesbians in the WNBA. Must be like 80.
I would say it's probably 80 when you're there 90.
Ooh.
As soon as Danny shows up, an extra 10 enters the equation. So just quickly to talk about the Caitlin Clark stuff. You've been upset with what?
30? No way.
38%?
No, that's bull cap. That's bullshit.
38%.
Cap of the week right here.
Where are you reading that?
Cap of the week.
Over
Fuck no. Dude, even the hot ones, like the ones where you're like, oh, that's for sure a straight hot chick, and they're like, no, they're gay too.
Yeah, it does seem like it.
Yeah. Like even the ones where you go, there was one that just came out actually.
Is that because they're all jacked up on testosterone? Natural?
I mean,
natty
It's
testosterone?
just like they play basketball. I don't know.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, no. It's
You figure skate.
I wish I had those skills still. No, it's
I actually was nasty at figure skating, believe it or not.
really. You do
Well,
it for
just
hockey?
yeah, good at hockey. No, every now and then.
But did you do it for like to get better at hockey, like the skating skill?
One time there was a figure skater that came in, but no, you did it like joking. Like you would do it at hockey practice. You would do figure skating sometimes like as a joke,
Right.
And I was actually like unironically nasty
You
at
have the
it.
full leotard and everything.
Dude, I don't know. In the hockey gear, I could just do crazy spins. You would,
Right.
you know.
Yeah, like the tight spins.
Yeah. Also, I used to ski. Whatever it is, what it is. If I
Hey, it is what it is, guys.
put it this way, if I was ever like dating a girl that was a figure skater, I could unironically probably be better at her than her
Right.
own tricks.
Just
Me messing around,
yeah.
finesse body. That's. I mean, I'm big now.
Sure, but yeah,
It's a big body to be kicking around. You don't want to get these 6'3" legs in the
You
air.
find like the really short kid on the team, fucking just like lift him in.
Yeah. So Caitlin Clark wants to be paid what she owes. Caitlin Clark also trolled Kelsey Plume at a WNBA All-Star Game controversy. So it's cat fights happening right and left,
Yeah,
right?
which is probably good for business if you think about it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
like if they're like, yo, let's turn the WNBA into like fucking Love Island. Like, let's get some real drama.
It's the fucking smartest thing you've ever said, and I never even thought about that.
Yo, let's turn this into a reality show where
How
a
do you
bunch of
get-
fucking catty chicks are like getting at
They
each
need to
other.
turn it into wrestling, essentially.
For sure. And I the question is how much of this is by design or is it nature?
Yeah, because you're right. Like, no girl I've ever dated would ever watch
we're
WNBA.
talking about it right now.
But they would date.
still not watching.
But they would watch, and they would watch WNBA if they were just like, oh, do you know that one? She had she just dunked on the girl that had sex with her ex.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you know what I
Except
mean?
Minus the dunking part.
Right.
She just layup. Man, you see that crazy layup she just did against that chick who fucking fucked her ex? Wow. That is pure fundamentals right there.
Holy shit. She means business. She got one of the 2 free throws. This girl's not messing around right now.
Not fucking around.
She got 50% on free throws.
I literally
God damn.
flipped on the WNBA All-Star game on the weekend for like
I ran out of spank material.
Yeah.
Pornhub was down. You were in
Pornhub was
Texas.
down, yeah. And I watched the end of the 3-point competition. I was like, this sucks.
Right.
Sucks so bad.
Danny thought he was going to turn it into a 3-inch competition. The fucking willy was out, ladies and gentlemen.
It's honestly so bad.
Oh, it's making me laugh though because, by the way, I think you agree with this too. That okay, so all these players make like under $100,000 a year.
The
It's actually
78K.
It's actually not that crazy that Caitlin Clark would make more money.
Okay, like, look, I compare. I've actually gotten into, I've seen this controversy, and I like to be fair about it. And obviously, we shit on the WNBA,
Exactly.
and all that stuff, and it's fun to do. It's fun.
Yes.
It's fun to do.
Very fun.
Okay,
To do.
Caitlin Clark makes $78,000 a year. All right.
She's a big star.
She should be making, it should be exactly how the MLS is. Because like Dave Portnoy came out with something and he goes, everybody's like stupid if you think that like they do not all deserve more money. The WNBA,
He's like a simp for the WNBA.
but the reason that his case and that they say we want more money is they have a TV deal right now that starts like next year. It's $2-something billion for 10 years, right? Which a lot of like the revenue for like the NBA is like it comes from the TV deal,
Yeah.
right? So they're like, we have a huge TV deal coming in. The franchise fee, like if you want to go just like get like Toronto, I think is getting a team like next year or something, and it's like it's $500 million kind of thing. It's similar to the MLS, right? Like the Major League Soccer they have a same TV deal. It's like $2-something billion for 10 years. And MLS, Lionel Messi shows up to the MLS. He makes $20 million a year because he sells tickets and people care about it, right? The lowest guy on an MLS team makes $100,000.
Yeah, or lacrosse has a bit of that too.
Yeah. Well, lacrosse doesn't have a guy making $20 million, but I'm just saying it's like
but the Argos, same thing. They have a few guys that
they
make
have
way more.
Yeah, CFL, they have some guys who make like $500,000 or whatever. But for the most part, you're like, like if you're a bench player in the WNBA, you should be making
No, but the bottom line is if she says I won't play, it'll cost them way more than $80,000.
Yeah, and honestly,
because people always talk about the fact that it makes no money and it loses money. You're like, that's true, but so do some TV shows lose money, and you don't get this. The main star is still not going to make $80,000. You know
of course.
I mean?
And look, like they're
so we are calling a spade a spade.
We are calling a spade here. What the WNBA and I guess the NBA is doing with the WNBA is they're treating it like a tech company, right? Like they're treating it like Amazon, early days Amazon, where you're like, we plow cash into this thing. It is a money loser. But eventually, one day, the hope is that it turns the corner.
One day.
Sure. They're like, one day it turns the corner.
And I wish upon a star.
Yeah. And then you're like, we're printing money. I don't
Probably printing.
I don't know about printing, but you know what I mean? But
you heard it here first, folks.
Caitlin Clark.
WNBA's going to be printing money.
Caitlin Clark legitimately should make.
Federal Reserve. Is that the Federal Reserve or the WNBA? I can't tell them apart.
She legitimately should make millions. Like, there's no question about it. Like,
yeah, she's a big star.
Dude, it's like she backed out of the All-Star game. She's like, I can't play, I'm hurt. And then the ticket prices in the secondary market got cut in half instantly.
Right. Here's the problem, is the women do not, that's going to cause real problems. If they come into the dressing room, they go, really good news, guys. We decided we're adding $2 million more money to Caitlin Clark's salary. That's how you get some real catty bitch shit, man.
Sure. And that, again.
Because they like to operate as a unit. Women don't like that type of mentality that you're talking about.
And look,
you're forgetting the cardinal component when you're talking about your precious soccer game.
There's a very easy thing to do here, which is you go on strike, similar to the NBA's done it. Major League Baseball did it in the 90s. The NHL did it in 2000s. You go on strike, and then let's see how much people like the WNBA. Let's see how much people miss the WNBA.
Right. But she's personally, like Caitlin Clark, if she was negotiating for herself, the problem is that you're not collectively negotiating together.
Well, no, she can't negotiate for herself. It's like they need some sort of thing where they go, yeah, we can pay some people like what they're worth. But I think they're all talking about the minimums. But I'm sure a lot of them don't want to go on strike because their Tercel payments are coming up. And, that's just $200 a month. And they can't afford to not play in the WNBA. Even, they can't take a year off.
Those stud outfits aren't cheap.
Yeah,
man.
those stud outfits aren't cheap. Those Tercel payments are up there.
Yeah, so but I'm telling you, I think that's how you get some real drama: is pick one person on each team and then give them the as much as everyone else on the team combined.
Sure,
you want people to really start hating.
But again,
Clark.
like they have that in MLS.
I'm saying for women, women don't like that kind of thing. They don't like. There's nothing more that women hate than a situation where one person is making 10 times the money of everyone else, because they're just like, no,
it's gonna be more than 10.
I know, that's what I'm saying, and they're just like, we're all in this together. They like communism.
Yeah, they do like communism. They're a very communistic bunch. But yeah, I don't. I mean, obviously, she deserves way more. Like that TV deal would be way less money if it wasn't for her. So she does deserve more. The problem is, it's the drop off after her, but it's exactly the same as MLS. You're like,
yes,
I couldn't tell you who the second best player in the MLS is. I know it's messy, and I'm sure if you're like a diehard MLS guy, you're like, there's all these, and there are good players, but also the thing is, MLS is the best soccer in America, but it's not the best soccer in the world.
Yeah,
right. It's like the WNBA is not even like the 5th best basketball league in America. Like, it's like literally is like the G League's way better than the WNBA. Like you always have this
string league could be better. That's my fucking
dude,
thing.
imagine a fucking all-star game for like the WNBA. They just had a pillow fight competition.
Right.
Dude, that would fucking
we're actually thinking of ideas.
Pillow fight would rip. They're
Stud
in
fight?
their jerseys. Like you're literally in your jersey doing like, you have a little like sumo ring. You're doing a pillow fight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Stud off.
Yeah. Stud off. Yeah.
Steal your girl match. Like you have to bring your girl, and then all the studs roam around and try to steal your girl. They do like a pickup artist
drag king show.
Yeah, exactly.
Stuff like that. You just
These are good ideas.
You got to think out of the box here. But at the end of the day, I'm still never non-ironically going to go to a WNBA game.
I'll tell you
but
what.
I would go to one.
If the WNBA players want to actually make real money, what they actually have to do is Me Too the NBA players, because there is actually a lot of money to be made in Me Tooing and lawsuits. Like Shannon Sharp's girl, 50 mil probably. I don't even know.
Buddy.
But what you do is, while you're in the WNBA, as long as you're not a stud, and if you are, whatever, you're going to have to, you could suck one dick. You know what I
Sure,
mean?
yeah.
So you start dating one of the NBA players, then, accuse them of some shit. Now you're walking away with
Now you're making
money.
NBA money,
Now you're making
essentially.
half of NBA money.
Yeah, essentially.
Shannon Sharp's girl. Buddy,
Yeah.
forget about it.
Only in America. Truly only.
really
this
is only in
truly
America.
an only in America thing this happens.
The majority of girls on OnlyFans make like $200 a month, right?
Yeah.
Which is always because it's one of those things you always because you go, ladies. I guess the idea is they're like, wow, yeah, I'm going to get
Of
rich,
course,
right?
yeah.
But they make $200 a month showing their tits and stuff like that, right? You go, ladies, if you're willing to show off your body, find one guy and just be like, hey, I'll show you just one guy my tits all the time for way more than $200 a month.
Oh, way
So you're really
more.
selling yourself short.
I mean, again, I think the girl who sued him, she probably had.
They're trying to crowdfund it. They go $5 each. Find one guy, 200.
Yeah, but she had a decent one. I mean, that would be.
This girl was doing okay.
Yeah, she was doing okay, but
But there's way more
I still
money.
don't get what did Shannon Sharp do?
Well, it's unclear
'cause
because
he
now it's
settled.
all wrapped the fuck up.
Right, it's
But
just
she's
like-
basically saying he was abusive and then she released the tapes and this and that. But it's kind of unclear exactly what happened.
Yeah, but he paid her out like 10 mil kind of thing. Damn.
Shit. I'm telling you.
It's like the equivalent of slip and falls for whores.
Slip
That
and fall on
is
a dick.
literally slip and fall for whores.
Yeah.
Is just you go, hey, there's a little puddle at this Whole Foods.
Yeah, are you a WNBA player that's not getting paid your fair share that had sex with an NBA player
They're all gay.
or NFL player? Yeah,
yeah, that's
I know they're
wrong.
all gay, but they're gonna have to stop being gay if they want the payouts.
That's honestly, it would
Straight
be
for pay.
It would, straight for pay. It would legitimately be better for the WNBA if they weren't all gay.
You think that would help?
I think so. Yeah, because some of them, like you see it, like I don't remember them back in the day, like the early days of the WNBA. Like you don't really remember any of them being hot. Now they like got some real lookers coming on.
I'll tell you that when I was watching, this week, there was a lot of dudes taking big financial L's.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Shannon Sharp pays millions to settle the lawsuit. The CEO from Coldplay, the
CEO of
concert.
Astronomer.
Yeah, he's getting divorced, which is going to be shredding him, right?
I mean, not to
That
mention he
guy's-
lost his job as the CEO of this company.
Yes, he lost the job, but he's going to be, that money is going to be just.
That was like a legitimately
ring.
like a $10 million
Oh, yeah.
mistake, and which could have totally, guys. Little PSA for the guys.
PSA, fellas.
If you're cheating on your wife,
Be more positive.
when you're cheating on your wife and you are at a baseball game or a concert and you find yourself on the kiss cam, just act like nothing's happened.
Act like you've been there before.
Act like you've been there before.
Well, now you
do
know.
not look the literally.
You're saying white knuckle it? You're just
Literally
saying
white knuckle, you go-
white knuckle.
You go the kiss cam and you're with your gumar, just literally
Gumar.
lean in there and kiss her like your wife on your wedding day. And literally everyone would be like, look at that happy couple.
I don't think anyone
Moving
has the
on.
guts for that.
Well, that's the thing is that life is not for everybody.
Right. You gotta be
Dude,
basically
Tony Soprano, if he was fucking gets caught on the kiss cam, he grabs that chick and he just plants.
because you don't want to do anything too big
plants
either.
one
You just
on
go, hey,
Yeah, for sure.
Boater's
Just saying.
nod. You go a
but
boater's
definitely
nod.
you do not do the covering your
You're
face.
saying we're not at the strip club and
ducking.
you do when you're-
Also, Chris Martin, scumbag,
so super scumbag.
Chris
Who
Martin,
didn't
not
know
for
that?
the boys.
Who didn't know that Chris Martin's a fucking
and his
weasel?
belly was yellow.
He is a yellow man.
He is a yellow belly scumbag. Be like, oh, they must be having an affair. Fuck you.
Shut up, Chris Martin.
Yeah, literally, shut the fuck up. Why don't you take some of
shit.
that goop and shove it up your vagina?
Just because he's locked down, right?
Yeah, well, he's not locked out. He got divorced. He
Well, there you go.
ditched Gwyneth Paltrow, and now he's fucking little fucking nosy Nelly over here, just blowing up spots on
Mr.
everybody.
Nosy Nelly, because he's out
Ridiculous.
there. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
he goes. He's literally like, "Oh, well, if my marriage didn't work out, then your marriage isn't going to work out either."
No one can.
Yeah, nobody's marriage is going to work out. I guess none of us are going to be married now because my marriage didn't work out.
And we were all single.
Scumbag. Literally,
Huge
we need to
scumbag, man.
might bring Scumbag Steve back and fucking put Chris Martin on there.
Scumbag Chris.
Can we get that meme done up? Scumbag Chris Martin.
Thank you.
That is a not. That is like if we give out awards at
Yeah.
the end of the year, not for the boys.
The least.
Awards. Like he's like in the running.
You know that
he might
during-
be actually top dog right
You
now.
know, during my comedy show, a lot of times I don't talk about cheating stuff.
Why? Just because you're not a black comedian?
Yeah, I've definitely seen black.
It is.
You know how we all be.
Dude, it is so, we've talked about it
Crazy.
before, but it is so. I've talked to other black comedians who are just like, yeah, it's so weird. Like, we can literally just be like, you know how we be cheating? And they're like, yeah, Dino. Remember we were talking to Dino Archie, and Dino's just like, he's a black guy. He lives in Vancouver, and he's just like, it's so crazy. He's like, black comedians will just be like, yeah, you know how we be cheating?
You know, dude, I can't remember. I can't remember the one guy, but the guy who writes on the piece of paper, big jacked black guy, and he has a notepad that he reads from Dion Cole.
Oh, okay, yeah.
His last special was like, you know what it's like when you have your side bitch here, and then your main bitch comes in, and you be getting your dick sucked, and you gotta tell her like, listen, you out of town. It's just like a whole thing is just, and then guys are cheering. Imagine me with your girl being like,
my God,
cheering. But the reason I a lot of times don't bring it up is because the one thing I have an etiquette for is there's a lot of everyone in a comedy show is there on a date for the most part, right?
We're
Not
fucking
always.
safe space comedy over here.
It's safe space.
Ryan is literally doing safe space comedy.
You know, I know a lot of these other people, they think that what they like to do is they come and they, ask people questions. How long have you been getting together?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't even know? Oh, how long? When are you going to marry her?
Oh.
I'm not here to fucking screw guys' nights over. And by the way,
Literally.
a guy's on stage talking about 10 minutes about cheating. There's someone in the audience that probably had a situation that it's really
course.
tense now.
Yeah.
Like they got in a big thing and they're like giving it a second chance. And I'm up here for 10 minutes being like, and what kind of punk ass bitch would cheat on his wife?
Yep.
Or the vice versa, being like, you know how we getting our dicks. Like,
That's safe space for the boys right there.
safe space for a guy to bring a girl where I'm not gonna make it feel weird for
Yeah,
you.
you can have a fun night
We
out.
said the same thing. Me and Jared were talking about this. It's the guy who shows up. We were talking about this last week, but me and Jared were saying we went to a sketch, small town weddings, where all the guys bang the wedding.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
all the guys bang the girl. Small town wedding speeches. But like, you show up to a thing and a guy's talking about all his escapades and stuff like that, and everyone's just like, you're making it weird. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're making it weird.
First of all, I don't want my girl to know that all my friends, that I'm hanging out with these guys that are just like nonstop party pussy crusher guys,
Sure,
right?
yeah.
So there's just like
It
all
reflects
of it.
poorly.
There's just some etiquette. So I treat my comedy show with the same etiquette as if you were at my house with your significant
of
other. Listen, am I going to be racist? Yes.
Sure.
Am I going to be sexist?
Is it a safe space for people who are worried about racism? No, absolutely not.
Is there going to be some transphobia? There might be some transphobia.
There might be some mild transphobia.
Will I be mentioning cheating, put you in an awkward scenario if you've gotten in some hot water in the past?
Absolutely.
You got the wrong guy.
Wrong guy.
You got the wrong. I tell my openers, buddy.
Yeah.
That exit. No.
Yeah.
You see someone else being like, you never see that. Even this, I wouldn't talk about this story. He goes, Coldplay guy got caught cheating. I'm at the back of the room just being like,
We're not doing that. Not on my show. Not on my show.
Dude, I'm not trying to put these boys through that.
No. I mean, I agree.
Right. So,
I would never do that. That's scumbag comedy right there.
scumbag comedy.
It really is.
The one guy.
It's
in
either
New York,
scumbag-
he goes,
scumbag comedy if you're not
every
black.
guy. Oh yeah, every man be up to some bad shit. Oh, let's see you show her your phone right now.
literally. I know.
Every guy goes, what?
Yeah, open up the picture roll. Yeah. Let's see them all.
Open up your motherfucking picture.
Show the secret folder. Come on. We all know that every guy got a secret folder. Let's see it.
Every motherfucking man in your guys take your phone.
God. It's like it used to literally be like you didn't want to. It was like, like the 90s was people like, yeah, I don't want to like sit front row at a comedy show because I don't want to get picked on.
Yeah.
And now it's
I don't
like,
want this guy to ruin my life.
I don't want this to ruin my life. It's like it's literally totally flipped.
You're not
It's
gonna
like,
have it happen to my
yeah,
show.
he's like, call me fat, whatever. Yeah,
Please.
little dick, all this stuff. He goes, please do not ask to go through my phone right now on stage. Do not bring me and my wife up on stage and we'll both go through
I know,
our phones.
right?
It's like fucking sadistic.
It is sadistic.
It's crazy, man. This is like a more proof of how like the internet's just ruining all this shit.
ruining everything.
Yeah, because I mean, again, if it wasn't before the iPhone, it's like you could go to a Coldplay concert with the Gumar,
Yeah.
be on the fucking Kiss Cam, just have a nice time.
You could have a time.
Didn't matter. You get to keep your job as a CEO.
By the way, the only positive part is there is some justice in the HR department finally receiving some hate.
sure,
Because they deserve hate. But
it is nice that the
I just saying.
and there was the other chick there If you know that, because there's like the third chick. If you know that, if you've like seen it,
no.
so there's like when they go up on the camera, it's the couple, and they're both married, right? They both have their own marriages, and then there was a second girl, a third person, who she also worked at the company. She was running cover for them. Yeah. So the reason
it's her boss.
She was like subordinate or whatever. But so the reason they were like the three of us are going to this Coldplay concert, so neither of the spouses would think anything's weird.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and so, but she was in on it. So then you see her face, and she's just like, because she's like,
she looked the wife in the eyes.
Right, I mean, she's just like, oh, fuck, like, because she knew what was up, too, because she was literally there.
Yikes.
Yeah, she was
It is a bit diabolical what the guy was up to.
Just get a prostitute.
What are you doing?
What are you doing? Fucking
You can afford it. We both know you can afford
cheating
it.
on your wife with a woman your own age. What are you doing? Come on, man.
That's the yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's the I've got plenty to eat at work.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I saw, because there was the Coldplay guy. He's going to get beat up. Shannon Sharp just took an L. There was Monks later in the episode we'll talk about. But I don't know if you saw, but it was Matt Walsh versus Andrew Tate online. And Matt Walsh is always just like, every dude should get married. There's no negatives. It's the best thing you could ever do, blah, blah, blah. And then Andrew Tate was sort of going on and being like, you don't even know what it's like to get pussy and shit like that. And you don't know what it's like.
Actually, I got pussy one time.
He's like, you don't know what the fucking pussy getting life's like, and every man should be polyamorous. And he goes, we're set up to be polyamorous. I just read his tweet. He had this insane tweet. I was literally watching this being like, preach, my brother. Monogamy is not natural for men. Statistically, only 20 to 30% of men have ever reproduced, while 80 to 90% of women reproduced. Women are always sharing kings and discarding the serfs. Today, all capable men will have multiple women. Betas settle with one woman, that's you. And when in reality, they're forced to due to their lack of options, societal pressure, and when the woman is threatening to leave, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, he was going back and forth in that Walsh. And it was
how sick it is to have multiple wives.
Right. Well, he was also saying, and this is the part where I do agree with them. It's like these guys that have been with like one or two women and then start telling you how it is. You're just like, you actually don't really know.
Yeah. To just be like,
what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, you're like, I've done this one thing and therefore it's the best.
And you don't know that these women are out there. Like, you're just like, well, I happen to have the one. You go, yeah, that's what they say. And then the woman divorced you, take half your money, and then you're sitting in a bar starting to drink. You know what I mean? You're just like, I used to be a Daily Wire host who was Christian and married. You go, are you not married? I'm not married anymore. He goes, there is no God. You're sitting in the back of a tavern just like pouring shots back. I used to be a Christian commentator host. The bitch took everything. He's wearing a potato sack at the time.
Like, even though
his wife's in Bali on his dime, it happens.
Yeah, like even though Russell Brand is probably less reliable, just because he's probably like, his new shtick is just to avoid like repercussions from his old life. At least he could be like, I did both.
Yeah.
I've done both things. I can tell you what I find to be better.
I have a disdain for anyone who's got it figured out, because there isn't really a perfect answer.
No.
And that's also the other side. You go to the Tate thing, you go, as a grown man who's busy, who has a lot of shit on the go, one of the reasons you don't want like 9 girls on the go is not just because like you're going to get in trouble from your girl. It's also because it is a hassle.
Fucking nightmare.
Like how many dudes, I figure when you were younger, a lot of dudes used to go through this system where you kind of like, you start dating, then you kind of get like 3 or 4 that you're sort of talking to. And then at some point you're like, I got to just fucking wipe the slate on it. I got to get in a relationship and wipe the slate because like my brain's fucked up. I'm starting to be depressed. Like,
it's a lot of work.
Right. And
I mean, don't get me wrong. Fun time.
Yes, it's fun,
but
of course.
It's very hedonistic, and it's very not compatible with productivity.
It's not compatible with productivity. It's kind of not compatible with happiness to some degree, but either is the other side, and that's the thing. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah.
And I feel like the only honest people are admitting that.
Right.
Where you go,
screener.
There's negatives, you know?
Sure. Yeah. Because eventually, that's the thing. You got to be really good when you got a roster to like keep them all at like a baseline of your attention. Because if it's literally like a it's like a plant where you want to like stunt its growth. You know what I mean? If it grows too tall, it requires way more of your attention. And then you're like, man, I just got a fucking like an orchard right now. This is a job.
You're running around.
Yeah, like all day. You're like fucking doing all this stuff. You got these.
Then you start installing bigger systems. You hire people.
You got the fucking irrigation guy coming in tomorrow to set some stuff up. It's gonna cost me $40,000.
And then now, next thing you know, you're hiring the irrigation guy to fuck your wife while you watch. It's a vicious cycle, man.
Yeah, the arborist is coming down to cut your tree because you can't do it yourself, you fucking cuck bitch.
Nor do you want to, by the way.
Nor do you want to. Yeah, you're afraid of heights. Can't climb that thing.
Yeah, so and then also it's just like the mental energy of like being mean to people is not always like great for you, having to like constantly be like firing women.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, you got to literally be very Trump about it.
It's not great mentally to just constantly be having to like disappoint like people or like
no. I like back to the planting analogy, but I literally just would like neglect them and the plants until they died.
Yeah, you're better at that than me.
That's what I was like literally like I did not pay the attention. And I go, this one's dead.
You don't have the emotional intelligence of a normal guy though, where you feel their emotions. You're like that. Well, your girl's crying. You're like, what? No, she's not. She's
not my girl.
No, I asked her if she's sad, and she told me no. So
no, I'm very much like that's an acquaintance. That's not my girl. So yeah, my acquaintance is crying. Sure,
she's her father's girl. I don't know.
Not mine.
Mere acquaintance. Oh, is this your girlfriend? This is Danny in the comedy show. It's actually my acquaintance. She's crying beside him. Danny's just looking at the comedian.
She's
still laughing.
An acquaintance who I have sex with. Very different.
So, fellas, if you're running a business, every missed call is money left on the table. Think about the last time you had a plumbing emergency. If the first plumber didn't answer, you didn't wait. You know, you just moved on to the next one on the list. Chances are, if you've moved on, it's over. With OpenPhone, you're never going to have to miss an opportunity to connect with your customers. So, if you don't understand this, OpenPhone is the #1 business phone system that streamlines and scales your customer communications. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there running a small business looking for a fix like this. You know, you have a few people working, you have sales, whatever the situation is, and you're looking for a fix for this very specific problem this company is solving. It works through an app on your phone or computer. No more carrying 2 phones, using a landline, which I know multiple people that they're like, oh, I have my phone, then I have my business phone. You always have this one on.
Nightmare.
The old solutions were, these very intense, very costly solutions, and OpenPhone is solving it. Your team can share one number, collaborate on customer calls, share texts in a shared inbox. That way your teammate can pick right up where the last person left off, keeping responses faster than ever. Plus, you can say goodbye to voicemail. Their AI agent can be set up to handle calls after hours, answer questions, capture leads so you never miss a customer. So whether you're a one-person operation drowning in calls or texts, or you have a decent-sized team, a medium team, even if you have a big team, whatever your situation is, and you need better collaboration tools, OpenPhone is a no-brainer. So you can see why over 60,000 businesses trust OpenPhone. Me and Danny were talking about it before. We've started figuring out there's different ways that we actually are incorporating this into our system. So OpenPhone is offering our listeners 20% off your first 6 months at openphone.com/boyscast. That is OpenPhone.com/boyscast. If you have an existing number with another service, OpenPhone will port them over at no extra charge. So OpenPhone, no missed calls, no missed customers. OpenPhone.com/boyscast. Boys, whether you're hitting a plateau with your workouts, whether you're bored with your current workout, or you're new to fitness, Fitbod sets you up with a custom workout plan tailored to your fitness goals. One of my good friends just hit me up this week telling me that because of the podcast, he got on Fitbod and he started his fitness journey. He's already lost 15 pounds.
Let's go.
He's getting cooked for the summer, and cooked in a good way.
Yeah.
And then outside getting cooked in the sun.
We're getting
on
cooked
his
every
new,
which way.
Every which way on his new muscular body. You don't need a personal trainer. Let Fitbod get the summer body with workouts designed around your equipment, your goals, your experience. Fitbod takes the guesswork out, tracks your progress. You get the most out of your workout routine. For me, personally, whether I'm in my own gym, whether I'm in a gym on the road, whether you just are in your room at your house with a couple different activities, whether you're just just in a hotel room. Yes, wherever you are, you type in what you've got. It'll give you a bunch of exercises. It keeps track of your reps. It keeps track of what you did last time. Keeps track of your muscle recovery. So it's everything you need with a personal trainer on your own time, on your own dime, and for a fraction of the cost. So Fitbod creates a personalized workout routine based on your goals, your fitness level, your available equipment. They have workouts that adapt to your growth, so you don't just get bored, start doing the same thing, kind of half-assing it, training. And also when you're half-assing it, that's how you start to lose your tea, because you know what I mean? You get into that rut where you're kind of going through the motion.
Fuck-around-itis is what they call it.
Yeah. F-around-itis. I don't like to swear on this podcast, but F-around-itis.
Sure, F-around-itis.
is what you have, and then you're on your phone for 45 minutes between things.
Yeah, you're not timing yourself. You're not doing progressive overload.
You're not doing any of it. You're that guy. Tracks your muscle recovery, adapts as you grow, fine-tuned by certified personal trainers. Level up your workouts with customized fitness plans that work for you with over 1,000 demonstration videos. So get in shape this summer with Fitbod. Join Fitbod today. Get your personalized workout plan, 25% off your subscription, or you can try the app for free for 7 days at fitbod.me/boyscast. That is fitbod.me/boyscast. By the way, so the other side of that is these Hollywood weasels.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. I saw some of this. What was going on with this?
Pedro Pascal is on a press tour for one of his movies. By the way, I saw his movie recently, Eddington.
Yeah, it was good.
Weird movie.
Yeah, I like the Joaquin Phoenix Theo Von interview. I thought it was pretty good.
Pedro Pascal is currently on a press tour with this woman who's married.
Yeah.
And they're just like,
really,
really touching hands. By the way, you know this guy's, he's met the wife.
Yeah, of
If
course.
I was ever on a set with a woman who is married and I'd met the husband, I am treating this woman like I'm about being as affectionate with her as a male coworker.
Absolutely, yeah. This is a real Baldoni situation going on here.
Yeah, a handshake.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm less.
Fist bump and
your wife's dad is going to get the same amount of affection.
Keanu Reeves treatment.
Yes.
Yeah, you just go, this is my coworker.
This fucking weasel is out there, and she's doing it to him, by the way, and he's playing right into it.
Yeah, he's doing the Rico Suave. He's kind of like, I'm Hispanic. That's their
There's
culture.
no lower person in the history of the world than the man who cannot be trusted around another man's wife.
Absolutely. Agreed.
By the way, I went to Eddington. It's kind of a weird movie because they said it in the pandemic.
Okay.
And they kind of it's weird. Hollywood's kind of like back to making all kind of a lot of the jokes we make and stuff like that.
Right.
Like they're kind of making fun of the BLM activists and stuff that they would never be doing 5 years ago. In fact, quite the opposite. They'd be yelling at you for doing it.
Yeah, of course.
Especially
now that it's safe, they poke their head up and they go, oh, everything's safe.
They poked their head up 6 years ago and they went back in time. They go, let's write a movie set 5 years ago and make the jokes that we were afraid.
Yeah,
this
right,
weird thing
exactly.
with the actors that were kind of. I think Pedro Pascal is like the number one.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, he's big. SJW kind of guy.
Yeah, bitch. He's a bitch out there trying to slam people's chicks, right?
Not cool.
But I didn't tell you this. So I'm in the movie. And then at one point, they're doing a weird thing where there's a cult leader guy. I forget, it's the guy from the biker movie, and he also played Elvis. But he's talking about how he's in a cult, and he's kind of, there's this story. He's like making up this story about how he was molested because he's trying to get with the guy's girlfriend. And I look beside me, the lady. I go, I said something along the lines of, I guess that's the opposite of you because you molested your dad. I can't remember the joke I made.
Yeah.
I said, was that you obviously molested your dad, right? Like I pretended I was going to whisper something and then said something like that, right?
Yeah.
By the way, just to set the scene, Brooklyn, two lesbians beside me.
Yep.
The real stud buds.
Stud buds.
Two lesbians beside me. And then on the other side, trans man talking to himself the whole time.
Ah, nice.
So this guy's got basically looks like a chick, but full ass hairy legs.
Yeah.
And then sitting here being like, well, that's a weird one. I don't know why you do that. Just the whole movie, and I'm fucking the whole time just
they are all autistic.
I'm just nudging her, being like, do you fucking get a load of this? Both sides were get a load of this, right? So this is going on. I make my one joke about that's the opposite of you. You molest your dad. And then the lesbian fucking looks at me and she goes, you find that funny? I go, she heard me. I go, huh? So I look.
Well, by the way, Ryan's version of whispering in a movie theater is like, that's you, right? You molested your dad?
Hey, I'm not going to deny these
Not
facts.
a whisper guy.
I'm not going to deny these facts. I may have been too loud.
Drinking?
What?
Drinking?
9 claws deep, my friend.
Ryan gets every claw is just a little louder. That is so funny. 9 claws
A couple?
deep. 9 claws deep, and you think you were whispering? That's amazing. You were literally like, yeah, you molested your dad, right? You would have made fucking AMC in Harlem look like a goddamn library.
Everyone watch with their own eyes and ears as Simp Danny takes the side of the lesbians.
I'm not taking their side.
Well, heaven forbid that you talk during the movie.
I just think it's hilarious
I'd like to hear the lesbians.
that you thought you were whispering. That's all.
Danny jumps to the rescue of the stud buds any chance he gets. I'm telling you, it was a wacky situation, man.
So she goes, you find
Dude, I look like I'm in a Canadian bank commercial at this point. It's like, I'm telling you, the fucking trans guy, I guess, got these hairy legs. She's got them like this close to me, looking at the screen, being like, "Don't go in there," saying this to her, talking to herself the entire time, right? So the lesbos go that, and then I was like, "Oh," and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna leave it."
Ah, shit.
And then I'm with my girl. I think that I'm hoping. I was like, oh, if this fucking bitch takes their side, I'm gonna, it's gonna be a fighting words right now. So no, my lady goes. She was like, it's really not that big a deal. And then she goes, not that big a deal. They start getting into it, right? She goes, oh, not that big a deal. She goes, yeah, I don't know. There's one comment. And then the lesbian fucking goes, oh, stands up, storms out. By the way, you see which one's the guy and which one's the girl, because she storms out, and then her lesbian that was probably like the guy lesbian, the stud was kind of sitting there being like, guess I gotta go too now.
Fucking really not for the bros, man. Bros like us.
So
shit we gotta deal with, huh? Fucking these broads.
he was the male lesbian was sort of looking at me being like, game's the game, right?
Game.
So, and it was one comment. It wasn't like, this is pretty early on, too. So it wasn't
a pattern of behavior.
No, it wasn't like the 9th time they said something. I hadn't really been about that.
Sure. That's great. Did you come back?
No, gets up, storms out. The other one follows her. No, she ruined a movie for everyone else. We were all having a good time until she made her big fucking scene. So, this woman gets up.
She was like crying in the lobby.
I do
That's
know.
the best part. It's like she was out there.
I'm in the Brooklyn theater. I was hoping that I wasn't gonna have 2 Brooklyn guards come down.
It's honestly because I've been to movies.
Do you know what I mean? Though I'm expecting 2 just proper purple hairs to come down, being like, "Come with me, sir." And I was like, "No."
Shine the flashlights on you.
I was thinking I might be in trouble, but these 2 left, and it was quite the opposite. The guy working at the movie theater, when I went back, he said he was a fan.
Oh, there you
so
go.
it was quite the opposite.
There you go. That's
He goes, "Hey, I'm a fan. Really like the podcast."
I will say that because I've been to movies with you. You're a chatty Cathy in the movie.
I like to,
Why don't you go up to Harlem where it's like a totally acceptable thing?
That's a good idea. The Brooklyn
you
theater's
would love
sick.
it. You would be like, yeah, guys like us, fucking talking in the movies.
Brooklyn theater's sick, and you get food and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. It's the one in Williamsburg.
Yeah, theater's awesome.
Yeah.
So you might be right. I'm telling you, as far as stuff I did, you can confirm, right?
Yeah.
Ask her. You can ask the other parties involved.
I mean,
it wasn't that crazy.
No, it's not that crazy. No. It's not that crazy.
There's one fucking comment. Yes.
One fucking comment and a tiny whisper.
Okay, fine. Danny and the lesbians.
No, right?
I'm not saying I'm completely in the right. I'm just saying there's almost nothing that would happen that I would, someone would say one comment that I would fucking get up and
zero, literally zero. There's no scenario where I bought a ticket for a movie and obviously if someone was like wouldn't shut up, I would be like,
there's a couple empty seats too. You could have just moved seats if you really wanted to.
I'd be happy to shush them, but I'm not fucking leaving.
I was like a scene of a movie though. Like in their mind, I was just like the most obnoxious white bro. These guys hate white people probably too. You know what I mean?
Sure. They were white.
Yeah, they were also white. She's probably in the fucking cab on the way home, just being like fucking classic white man, making jokes about fucking molestation.
They're riding on their bikes home. White man.
The white man.
Trump's in office.
Yeah.
Trump supporter.
They weren't happy campers.
Yeah, you might as well be wearing a MAGA hat at that point.
Anyway,
good shit.
It was quite
solid.
It was an interesting day. I told you I invited you to come to do a day, but you couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it on Sunday.
No, I was ripping around though.
Nice.
So, Now moving on to the next one of men getting screwed over. The subtitle, I'm just going to read the headline here. Monks behaving badly, the sex scandal rocking Thailand's Buddhist clergy. Now listen, if monks can't get a little, dick wet, then if that's a crime, I guess lock me up.
I will say I was shocked by this whole thing where these monks have tons of money. Because
fucking right, eh?
Well, yeah, because I've been to Thailand, and you go see the monks, and the whole deal is like the monks, like they come out of the
You don't know they were stacked like that.
Temple? No, but so I can't remember where you went. Maybe somewhere in Southeast Asia, and there's because there's temples everywhere, and then the monks they come out of the temple and they line up in the streets with a basket. And everybody comes and puts food in their basket as that's the food they're gonna eat. That
and
day.
your interpretation of that was that's how these monks live by donation.
No, that's what it was explained to me. Is literally they have this. They they don't have any money, and so everybody has to literally donate food to them. Because
who the fuck would want to be a monk if that's the deal?
Well, that's the whole thing.
You gotta go beg for food.
Literally every day you have this basket, and everybody will put in food, and then it's just
so every day your meal just depends on what scraps people decide to give you.
I guess, yeah. People just drop stuff off in your basket.
Hard to be healthy. You just get what you get.
You're eating a lot of rice.
How do they track their macros?
They are not tracking their macros.
So it's mostly just people putting a handful of rice in their basket?
Yeah, or lots of fruits and vegetables and stuff. And
that's a crappy deal being a monk, man.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole deal is that it's crappy, and they do it. That's it's a real...
It's a sacrifice.
Yeah, it's that's the whole deal. So then to find out that you're some of these dudes are just have millions of dollars?
Yeah, because so what happened is this one girl, she was going and having sex with all the monks separately, which is funny because all these guys...
It's like a puck bunny for monks.
Yeah, it's a monk bunny.
It's a monk bunny.
I guess what would you call? What's their monk place called? The robe. Maybe it's a robe bunny. You call it
robe bunny? I don't know. Buddhist temple. Buddhist bunnies. Buddha bunnies.
I think it's a robe bunny. You got to find something they have to wear.
Yeah.
Amulet bunny.
I don't know. Yeah.
Basket bunny.
All they wear is those fucking orange cloths. They do those shawls or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. It's a cloth bunny.
Cloth bunny. Yeah.
But it's funny because they all signed they all swore a vow of celibacy.
Yeah.
One by one, this chick just started picking them off, right? It's funny. A man is as faithful as his options.
Sure.
Is what they say. Was that Chris Rock?
Yeah, Chris Rock.
So these monks, she picks off 12 of them and convinces them, gets them alone, sucks them off. The monk's getting first pussy in a while.
Yeah, maybe ever.
And then the next day, she was pulling a little bit of an Epstein on him because she films it and takes pictures and then hits him up. And what Danny's talking about is she was hitting these guys up for $1 million.
Yeah, $1 million. And then there was this one monk who I don't know if he got arrested, but he was in a hotel or something, and they found all these gold bars, and he had hundreds of thousands of
Where
dollars.
do they get the money from?
People donate it to the the
people
temple.
Putting gold bars in the basket?
Yeah, people it's tithing, I guess, they donate it to the temple, but
how do they get it in their own personal?
That's the question. It's a lot of
But it didn't seem like that was part of the scandal, really.
It was just the fact. The scandal was what are they doing with all this money?
Yeah,
they're their whole thing is they're taking a vow of not giving into materialism and stuff. That's why they
And then all these monks are just balling out. And the girl knew this.
I guess she must have.
So, and how it got found out is because she gets the 11. 11 of them were all sending in bank transfers. I don't even know they have banks, but
bought her a Mercedes. Ooh. One of them bought her a Mercedes. I guess they're funneling it.
This is the monk Shannon Sharp, basically.
Kind of. This is a big church scandal kind of deal.
Huge church scandal.
Because churches have money sometimes, depending on which ones. But they're the priest is taking a vow of poverty, but then they're but there is money.
Wait, they take a vow of poverty. That makes sense.
But they're but there's money around. We got to fucking pay the light bills and shit.
Yeah.
Keep this thing going. And, some of them build up these little war chests. So I guess they were dipping in.
They were dipping in.
Yeah.
And then the girl seen the war chest and she was I'll show you my chest. Yeah. And basically ran through 11 of them. And then the 12th one, I think it was, she basically was I'm going to out you. And then he pulled a David Letterman kind of where he was just no way. Mm-hmm. And then he just disappeared. I guess not exactly.
Turned into a butterfly and flew away.
he just disappears because he goes, "You're not going to besmirch my name. I'm out of here." He goes, "I'm going to give you a bit of money and then I'm going to disappear because I've dishonored." He's probably the 11 other guys are like, "We all did this too." So the other guy disappears, and then they start being like, one of the monks is missing. So they send a search party out for the monk, and then they find out. Then once they start looking for the monk, the investigators start digging around.
Right.
When they start digging around, they start finding out what's actually
all
been going
that
on.
shit. I mean, it would be easy to hide as a monk because you just like let your hair grow back and put on some clothes. And you're like,
Should grow some lettuce.
yeah, just let your hair grow back, and then you're just like you'd be.
Yeah, put on a
Possible
normal, put
to
on a
really look
suit and
like.
let your hair grow back.
Yeah, let your hair grow. You need like a couple weeks.
Get a beard.
And you're good to go.
Yeah.
Fucking hide.
And I think that's what he was trying to do. Change your name.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to say that Asian people look similar or anything.
I'm telling
you make jokes like that.
I mean, when they're monks, it's hard to tell them apart. They all have the same haircut, which I guess is not that much different. But yeah.
Well, I'm telling. There's a lot of girls out there who figured out how to game the system by getting money from men. A new study has found the gender earnings gap could be halved. If do you want to know how they figured this out?
Tell me.
This is how they would end the gender gap. They could half the gender gap if we reined in the long hours often worked by men.
Oh,
Problem solved.
genius.
Genius.
Just have men work less.
Is that not the most? This is by the conversation. This is not the most fucking female solution of all time.
Yeah. Just have men, and then what? And women work more?
No, everyone's only allowed to work 40 tops.
Oh, okay. So just no overtime.
So no men's allowed to work overtime, and then they also said that their idea is if there's a lot of guys out there that work these long hours, and then the girls get stuck with the kids. So those are the other thing. But really, they're just like there's a lot of guys that are working 60-hour weeks that are making more money, and they go, well, if we said by law no man's allowed to work more than 40 hours a week, voila,
Sure.
wage gap figured out.
Insane, by the way, because I mean, maybe some women will disagree with me, but I think most would agree with me because, like, I have a friend, and like I have a couple friends. They have like
Yeah, you do. Friend.
4 kids.
Guy with so many friends.
Well, they have like 4 kids, and
Yeah.
so it came to the point where they were like, she's like, I could have a job which just pays for daycare. Like my entire salary would go towards
and it's
daycare.
worse than that because if a girl makes 60 grand a year, don't forget, like, it's really 30 because the guy's in the 50K, the 50%
Yeah,
tax
for sure.
bracket a lot of times. So really you're making 30K, your daycare is 25K. So you're working for 5 grand a year.
That's the thing.
You're working full time for 5 grand
Or
a year.
you get to just like stay home all day and just raise your kids. Which
game's
is
set up
obviously
weird,
better
yeah.
than working at a fucking being like a receptionist or something.
yeah, for an extra 5 grand a year.
For an extra for nothing, and you're like, yeah, I get to just raise my kids, and you're like, that seems better. I don't know. I mean, maybe some women would be like, no, it's not better. It's like let some fucking random person raise your kids, but you're like, seems better.
It's not though. Here's where it falls apart again though, and this is the thing that everyone's starting to figure out. I think as students is like, if you talk about divorce and stuff like that, right? If the woman works the whole time, because yes, the technical thing is you're like, well, if she quits her job or whatever, her job's really making 5 grand a year. It's like incorrect, because if you ever got divorced, the fact that she didn't work all that time is going to factor into like how much you'd be paying.
I mean,
her.
if you got 4
so
kids, you're getting divorced. You're in the
right, but I'm just saying, if you were a guy,
Yeah.
and you're saying, oh, but it's only making us 5 grand a year, that's actually only true until you get divorced.
Right.
Until you get divorced, that actually costs you 50 grand a year.
Sure.
So in a weird way, her working, so it's like there is no perfect.
Yeah, but nobody plans to get divorced.
I mean, you should definitely, if more than half of people do it, you got to be retarded to be like, it's not even on the fucking
it's not on the table.
ether.
Sure. But either way, you're like raising your kids. You're like, that just seems for the chick way better to just raise the kids and take care of them than go work a shitty job to pay to raise the kids.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the things that I just said,
Yeah.
a girl would be mortified if you said that to her.
Absolutely.
You go, yeah, but also when we get divorced.
Yeah, what if we get divorced and then can we get something in writing here? Just
Do you know how much more alimony I'm gonna have to
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay so much more alimony. So let's just get you that job as a greeter at Walmart, and some random lady will raise our kids. Just in the
Honey, I want you to read something. This is a tweet written by Andrew Tate about how I should have 9 different gumas at any time. A real man, high value, high quality man. 80% of men are just meant to be discarded serfs, whereas like men like me are supposed to have you and another man.
Yeah.
And as you know, as a high value man, you're not going anywhere. We both know that. So long we just cut this shit. I have a couple girls and I'm bringing them over the course of the week. I just want you to get used to it. If you want to tell me times, I definitely want to ease you into this lifestyle.
they will help take care of the kids though, so that's something.
Now, that might help take care of the kids too.
Yeah. It's not the worst deal in the world.
That was Matt Walsh one. He's been really on that stuff, and he also posted. He goes, divorce should be punishable by if a woman gets divorced, they should have to go. If a couple gets divorced, they should, or if you want to divorce the person, you should have to go to jail. So
so you want something like Sharia law shit, basically.
Essentially Sharia law, and I said also you should get it. They should get jail time for teethy head.
Hey, rules are rules.
Hey, something's got to give. They have different solutions to different answers.
Seems like the Quran figured all this stuff out.
Different answers.
They probably have a section in there for teethy head.
I think they do.
Yeah, stoning to knock the teeth out.
Problem solved. What do you think the stoning's for?
Yeah, that's the stoning is to remove the teeth ethically.
No, it's ethical gummy head.
Yeah, ethical gummy head right there.
Listen, if she wants to turn those back into dentures,
we can arrange that. She can work towards that.
Okay, I gotta play this. So in Toronto right now, there's a whole thing where they basically made it like decriminalized to steal cars.
Yeah.
And everyone's been stealing cars, right?
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
And then they also added a thing where if you're like 14, I mean, they've always had versions of that, but if you're 14 years old.
The Young Offenders Act.
Yeah.
Where basically you can't be...
you're doing a couple years tops.
Well, yeah, generally, like, unless you do something insane, it's just like, if you're young, then you get out of jail when you're 18 and you have no record either.
Yeah. So there's this 14-year-old guy. He was stealing a car, I believe, and then an old woman was like 72 years old,
Yeah.
and then he shot and killed her, right?
Yeah.
Am I getting that story right?
He murked her.
He murked her.
That's what he said. He murked her still.
So this guy murks the old lady still, and then he's on the run.
Yeah.
So this kid's 14 years old. They know who he is. He's on the run. He
Looks 30, by the way.
Looks 30. He starts doing Instagram lives about it, and then he does a straight up interview with a guy about the crime. I'm just gonna play this. This is the Toronto. For some of us people who still don't believe when I'm doing the fucking Toronto accent, yo, some people don't fucking believe that I'm real, yo.
Yeah.
This is for real. A guy.
Two's my word, fam.
This guy's on the loose right now.
They caught him.
Yeah, it's obviously he didn't have much.
He wasn't
long-
doing a great job of.
Wasn't the sharpest tool.
No.
The man and we're not doing this for no reason. And fam, broski, I didn't even mean to fucking kill the old lady. Oh wow, God. I was trying to get the V from her as a free card.
Yo, I didn't even mean to kill the old lady, eh?
mean to kill her still.
Yo, honestly, the old lady, I didn't even mean to kill her still. I'm trying to get the V, eh?
So man them whip it and do 1, 2 things in it. But fam, it went left. Cause yo, she didn't give me the keys, so I yoked her. And then, I yoked her. I got the keys. And then the feds came out. I had to cut as soon as they came out. So like, you know, it's an idiot thing.
So the feds were already on the scene?
No. Somebody came outside, yelled, and then they caught the fed. Fam, all while gone, I poked her, I caught, and fam, I wasn't even scared.
Yo, I wasn't even scared.
Yo, don't hang. Like, would you change what happened, or do you regret all this? That one situation that happened with the lady?
Fam, all while gone, low key, yeah, cause fam, that was an idiot thing. I can't lie. After I told her, she didn't deserve it.
Yo, would you change the guy doing the interview? The old lady that you killed, would you change that? He goes, yo, honestly, low key. Like, how is that? Why low key?
Low key, yeah.
Yo, don't tell nobody or nothing. Like, yo, but low key, kind of.
Well,
actually,
lose his cred if he's
yo,
like-
for real though. Obviously, yo, honestly, I'm not even trying to be front like that. But like, honestly, if I could go back in time, I might not even kill her, fam. Yo, then I murked her, eh?
Yeah, that's
something else.
good chance when they let him out at 18, he's just going to be a fine, upstanding young citizen. Yeah.
Dude, that fucking was killing me.
Yeah.
Is that not insane?
That is, I mean, it's literally insane, yeah.
Yo, honestly, dude. Yo, I'm not even kidding, yo. Yo, fam, I didn't even want to kill her, yo. She just didn't give me the thing. And then yo, honestly, I just kind of tripped and murked her, yo. That was an idiot thing. Yo, it's an idiot thing still.
What a disaster that country is.
That's fucking nuts, eh?
I'm telling you, I think I said it on the Patreon last week, but I'm like, Canada's getting a far right government at some point. This is just, these are all.
That only leads one direction,
This is literally just, you're just fucking building the towers of Legos. These are just one piece at a time here until you just fucking, everybody snaps. And they just go, okay, like this is, we need a hard course correct.
Yeah.
We're not doing some mild shit because Yeah, I mean, that's fucking insane. Like, again, I don't know if in the United States, if you're 14 years old and you commit a murder, if it's similar, where like you just get out when you're 18. I mean, they have
different versions of it in different states.
Yeah, I mean, they do have, you hear about here where you're like they'll try a 14-year-old as an adult.
Yeah, it depends.
Canada would never have the
crimes
stones.
that are specifically heinous.
Right, but Canada would never have the stones to do that. Never try a 14-year-old as an adult in Canada.
No,
I don't think so.
I don't really know crime stuff enough.
Yeah, I think I never tried a 14-year-old as an adult. I don't think so. Like maybe they say yes for certain serious offenses, but I feel like they're not going to. Not in Canada, man. It's like they don't fucking prosecute any crimes. I mean, it took literally Donald Trump to like say all the, because like, you know, I follow like you see all these like Toronto things like CP24, and then since Donald Trump was like with, you know, the 51st state and all the fentanyl stuff, all of a sudden they're just like, oh, look at all this fentanyl we're seizing. You're like, why weren't you doing it before?
Yeah,
it's like crazy.
Boys, I officially put the tickets on sale for my New York show November 7th and 8th for the New York Comedy Festival. It's going to be 4 shows. It's going to be a bunch of special guests, all our boys in New York. It's going to be me, all my friends. It's going to be, honestly, that show is going to be super sick. Next weekend, I'm going to be in Tulsa. Do not forget to come out to that. JJ's going to be there. Appleton, Columbus, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Baltimore, Eugene, New York, Milwaukee's getting on the books, Fort Worth, Dallas, as well as a bunch more coming at RyanLongComedy.com.
And I'm going to be in Saratoga Springs, August 22nd, 23rd, and Dallas as well later in the year. You can check out DannyComedyForTickets.com.
Well, speaking of socialized stuff, you mentioned the Colbert thing earlier, but also I feel like I'm taking crazy pills a little bit because I'm watching like comedian friends and everyone we know and all these people like posting these huge like heartfelt PBS things being like, you know, I can't believe we live in a fascist country where PBS is getting their funding taken away. And I'm just like, I've yet to hear a single argument of why there should be like part, you know, should Daily Wire be getting government money? Like, why would a partisan
I think it's
publication?
Just PBS is like this institution. It's like it was.
Okay, well, what isn't an institution? How is Vice Magazine not an institution?
Well, no. Like it's like a government. Like it's like Mr. Rogers was on. You know, it's like all that shit. It's like it's been around for, I think it's because it's been around for 50 years.
Well, I guess you could say two things. You go,
it's similar
one.
to CBC. It's the same deal. It's the same conversation with the CBC in Canada where they're just like, it's this thing.
Yeah, but it's crazier in America because it's not, there's nothing else like that.
No.
You go, to me, this is how I see it. I'm just like, imagine you're just like, yeah, obviously like Breitbart gets like $100K like a month or whatever. And you'd be like, everyone would be like, what?
I mean, that would be the best.
Give us money then. If you're going to give publications free money, why don't we get money?
Yeah, that would be the best scenario is you go, yeah, we're going to give some other thing. The problem is like there was a good chunk of time where these things were less biased and they were just...
One, they were less biased, and two, their original argument where they go, this is the argument they always say, they go, if people live in the middle of nowhere or poor places, they can't get like normal cable and stuff, so they have to get these free channels. And
yeah,
you go,
that's over.
That's my... Yeah, and they go, no, these poor people don't have the internet. And they go, they have phones.
I'm sure they're in fucking rural... Yeah, exactly. You're like, even if they're like, they have YouTube on their phone, probably. Like they have some access.
And they're like, they're so poor, they don't even have a phone. And you're like, they just have a TV with one channel, and it's PBS. You go, what is that, 10 people in the country?
Yeah, it's not a lot. And yeah, I don't know. Like PBS, I don't even know what they do. I remember that's the thing is they're like, we need this money, and you're like, they're government funded. But PBS was the thing where everything you watched on there was like, without your support, we could not do this show. And
yeah,
like, every show,
it's
just they're begging for money.
NPR too, though. I don't get the argument from like, I get why people just don't like things getting taken away or whatever. But like, I can't picture any argument starting from first principles. If no places got money right now, why would they be like, hey, we should just pick 3 like liberal organizations and they should get $100 million a year.
And the craziest
like everyone
thing
be like, what? Huh?
They have the nerve, like the CEO of NPR is just like, was on, Capitol Hill being like, yeah, if we have any biases, like I'm not aware of them.
yeah, what?
And you're like, do you have one conservative who works there? And it's just like, no. Dude, like we went through.
That's fucking. This is where I say I'm taking crazy pills right now.
I was doing this show and we were going through like the NPR articles that they had, and like
we've done that in our thing.
They're like they read like Vice articles from like fucking 5 years ago. Like it's legit.
We did one with the Uni Berliner. Remember we did an intro for this podcast where we go. He couldn't believe that it was the Republicans that couldn't believe that there was some liberal bias on the place that said spoons are racist.
Yeah, exactly. But you're like, so they're just, know, they're talking up their book, and of course they don't want to like.
Why is everyone else talking their book?
Their cash cow. Well, I mean, you could either do one of two things. I guess you could be like, yeah, we'll set up. I mean, the thing is, it's supposed to be nonpartisan. So you could be like, we'll set up a opposite partisan thing, and you go, well, that's even more money for this shit.
It's mental.
Yeah. So
But then I guess their argument always is just like, no, liberal is not partisan. That's the normal.
That is the norm.
I think that's just that's the only way that I can rationalize that people think like this. Where you go, because even people I know that like. I've had this argument with people in real life, and they just keep saying, "I'm like, are your fucking brain
First
fried?"
off, it's like,
the only way to explain it is like they think just like the liberal perspective is just standard.
But also, anybody you have spoken to does not listen to the radio.
Yeah, exactly. On
You're
top
like
of
national
that,
public radio, like you don't listen to the radio. Like, what are you talking about? Like any person you've spoken to in New York who's like, they can't take this from us. Like, you don't listen to the radio. Like, do you listen? Maybe you listen to an NPR podcast. You're like, yeah, they'll still make those.
It's one thing too if you're like not in English. Like if it was like some country like Sweden or something, you're just like, there's not going to be enough kids content, and we want to have a lot of like kids shows, and you know the free market can't really service enough like kids television educational shows in this language because there's only
Sure. I mean,
30 million people that speak
like
it. Blah blah. You're like, there's enough English language. American kid shows.
Yeah, like the case for keeping CBC is, which I agree with, like they should get rid of the TV channel, no question. Like that's a fucking albatross and it's useless. But like, yeah, they do have a lot of like, they have the Radio Canada, and like, if you live in some small town and you just want to get your like local updates, you're like, yeah, like, that would all go away, and that probably is like kind of, there's a value there, whereas just like CBC's like a news network, you're like, yeah, this is just this partisan garbage. And I'm sure NPR is similar, where like if you live in some small town, you're like, yeah, we have like a local NPR station, and
think about this,
I find out my local weather like in the fucking 70s.
They go, yeah, but no one's gonna be able to listen to it. And you go, then why do you make articles? And you go, I thought you said they don't have internet.
Yeah. Of course.
You go, why are you making articles then if the whole purpose is you need to give service people that don't have internet? You go, well, most of them have internet.
Look,
you go, okay, well then you don't need a news channel, do you?
If Twitter was able to
be
fine cutting 2/3 of their staff, NPR will be fine in a similar thing. Yeah.
Well, they don't even have to cut 2/3. It's like they're losing like 5% of their funding.
Or whatever it is, you're like, they'll be fine. They'll figure it out. Yeah, it's gonna suck when you're fucking all these people who are like don't do anything have to go to real jobs. But
well, your mind was blown that Colbert was doing 100 employees.
200 employees.
200 employees.
100 million budget, 200 employees. I mean, it's the same as the Tonight Show, which is.
Do you think a lot of them is like people?
But Tonight Show has more like even higher production value. Like Tonight Show has way more like not gags, but like they do more like setups.
Tonight Show's got a lot of setups. Jimmy Fallon's doing his pie eating competition.
Yeah, like he has like a lot of like Colbert is straight up just like
bobbing for apples
monologue.
Yeah.
And then sometimes he'll do like his vaccine dance.
I think he has a lot of personal servants. Like he comes back and he has one guy that he puts his foot on. He has one guy that's like a stool, stuff like that.
I mean, it is wild that he has like 10 writers. You're like, you need 10 writers?
It's only 10 writers of the 200? What are the other 190 people doing?
Buddy, you know how the fucking union game is. You know the union game. Buddy, there's fucking grips. There's like every electrician. They have like, the unions. You go, you need this. You go, what's the wattage in here? Oh, yeah, by law, by union standards, we need 8 electricians on site all the time.
How many Trump jokes you're gonna make? You're making 104 Trump jokes. At 103, we can only have 2 people, but we need that 103rd Trump consultant. That's just the rules of the game.
Apparently, it's like $10 million a year just to maintain the Ed Sullivan studio, the theater or whatever. For that, Colbert makes $16 million. Still, even after all that, I don't understand where the other $74 million a year goes to.
Well, it's probably a lot of people we know getting $250 a year for that gig.
Yeah, like everybody's getting paid. Nobody's not getting
I think they have a lot of random employees. Like there's one guy that does like Trump voodoo dolls, stuff like that.
Yeah, they have fucking costume designers. Voodoo doll guy, the shamans.
Someone that just does like they posters of like Trump's face crossed out that they put around the office to get people fucking fired up for writing.
Yeah, I mean, dude, look, like I can tell you doing Fox News, it's like Gutfeld, which does more ratings than Stephen Colbert, probably costs $25,000 an episode, maybe $50,000.
So why do you think that?
Well, Xing out Gutfeld's salary, which is
what's the difference? What's the difference?
It's just I don't know.
Where's the money go?
Like I do that show. I like the show I do all the time on Jimmy Fallon's show. Like it's in the same studio as Gutfeld, so like I know the studio.
Yeah.
Like there's when you go do these shows, like there's like two camera guys. There's like one producer. There's like a couple like people in production. Like it's like a staff of like 10 to make these shows happen. Like something like Goodfellas. It's like 10 people.
Yeah.
Maybe a dozen people. If you go like control room, stuff like that. It's like,
I guess Colbert is booking bigger guests, which takes like effort, you know, like they're booking bigger celebrities, which has like, you know, maybe
I mean, you have a book, you have the
logistics
booker or
something.
whatever.
I don't know.
I don't think so. It's like you have the booker. No, it's like you have the booker for Colbert has this master Rolodex.
I don't
of all
know
these
what they're
people.
doing, Danny. I'm trying to brainstorm what all these people could possibly be doing.
Look, I mean, everybody's fucking forever. They just got fat on.
I guess we're just, yeah, you're right. I'm talking shit. I've been on so many shows where they have a million people. It's like,
yeah, but like
I've been on
200 people.
crappy commercials with 450 people.
Yeah, and like, look, it is a bigger studio. I'm like, to just maintain that theater, I'm sure is like higher cost. Just
I don't know,
whatever.
But either way, that model, it's like, listen, on the one side, again, just to be fair, like we did with the WNBA, you go. Because their whole argument is it's like political and they're trying to appease Trump because of this merger, right?
Sure.
And then people are not happy about it. Even the Daily Beast says Colbert has 10 months to make Trump regret his firing.
Oh, very well.
He's going to fucking go to the Trump wall and he turns that Trump jokes to 11. He goes,
Here's the thing.
however many Trump jokes you thought we were doing,
Yeah.
it's time to kick it into fucking
High gear. But like, here's the thing: people are like, "Oh, CBS is like
yeah, with
CBS
10% more Trump
basically,
jokes."
like CBS basically is firing him. It's a political thing because they're getting sued and they're like new owners or something want to like appease Trump. All right, and like people are making the argument. You're like, "Oh, this is actually like a profitable show," and like they're doing this purely. And you go, if that's the case, where they're giving up this cash cow, then I'm sure ABC or NBC will happily take Stephen Colbert and the absolute cash cow that he is. And then he'll just be on a new network and they'll be reaping because they have spines
That's a
over there.
great point.
You know, they'll be reaping all the benefits of fucking CBS's.
Because they're
it's
not
like,
afraid of Trump. They'll take all this free money.
Yeah, it's like, dude, an athlete gets cut for some team because of like personality issues. He's amazing. Someone comes and scoops him up. They go, yeah, he's so good. Like, still a benefit to have him. But the fact is you're like, it's, I mean, like year over year, like.
I guess the other side of it is you go, couldn't you just be like, well, okay, we're losing all this money. Why couldn't we just cut 30% of the staff? Like, why is that even on the table?
It
feels like that's not even on the table.
Not even on the table. No. Well, they have, I mean, again, I understand like some position where you go like, this is, you know, late night is this like storied, like, thing, and you know it used to be this like huge thing, and they have a standard for like what the show needs to be, like what it needs to look like, and they probably like don't want to do a stripped down version of it, and they
not that stripped down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like they probably don't even like for all the other late night, Kimmel and Fallon and stuff. Like there is some issue with these networks where they're like, we don't know what like to put in that time slot. Should we?
This whole thing's got to be a little bit on its way out. A little bit.
Of course it is.
Right?
Fallon is down to 4 nights a week. I don't know what brain dead.
Half of them are doing guest hosts.
Kimmel, like I don't know. Like it's, you know, all like here's the thing. The viewership of all these shows, like those people are going to die and soon. And there will be nobody.
That's
coming
kind of
up
what
the
I was
rear.
thinking. I was just like, their audience is keeps getting smaller because it's dying.
It's dying, and not only that,
Kimmel, like Colbert's fans are like very, very old.
Yeah.
By the way, and so is Saturday Night Live's fans.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
Like if you go to a show that's like fans of someone on Saturday Night Live, you go, people are 75.
Yeah. And the thing is like, even for like profitability, like when you look at the ratings, like the only audience that matters for ratings is 25 to 49.
Why do they buy the most stuff?
They're the ones who buy the most stuff, and they're like the ones who advertisers want to reach the most. So you're like you look at Colbert, it's like 3 million viewers an episode, which
and
is
the only thing you can sell them is Metamucil.
basically, yeah. Like his actual
Fiber.
his actual ratings in that 25 to 49 are probably like 200,000.
No, you can't. I can't imagine anyone I know is watching that. Maybe some girls around.
I mean, the idea that you're like, I'm staying up till 11:30 tonight so I can see him fucking interview Chuck Schumer live, like crazy.
That is true because he has a lot of.
Dude, it's just like, yeah, I can't go to bed right now. I work at 8, but like I gotta stay up because he's interviewing Chuck Schumer.
It's actually pretty true.
Yeah, it's like
I forgot that it's a lot of that.
like
shit.
I can't watch it tomorrow on YouTube. I just can't wait. Gotta hear what Chuck Schumer's up to. This is mental. It's
Guardian says the end of Stephen Colbert's Late Show is concerning nail in the coffin for comedy.
No, it's not. He's not doing comedy.
Yeah.
It's not a comedy show.
I don't know what that is.
It's not a comedy show. I mean, I'll tell you what it's for sure not is a comedy show. like I would say it's like it's a late night talk show. I guess it's not a comedy show. Not fucking Carson.
Yeah,
What's crazy too is, dude, Carson used to get in like the 80s when the population of the United States was half the size. He would get like 13 million a night.
Crazy.
Like he basically would have like 5% of the entire American population watch him every night.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, very crazy.
Yeah, like something like 5%. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas like the hugest thing in the world's like a couple mil now.
Yeah. Carson just had 5% of every American watching him fucking every night.
Fucking nuts.
Crazy. Yeah. But anyways, I don't know.
CBS news reporter says he got PTSD from Trump assassination because of the
What?
Okay, so basically there's this guy, Scott McFarland, and then he said after the Trump assassination, everyone was so mad at the media that he got PTSD. So a lot of these journalists are sort of coming out and just being like, our life is really hard.
Well, so they're going the seeing that this is on its way out, what they're doing, and they go, we got to get some of that sweet disability money.
Woo! That's a great point.
Right? How do you get some of that disability money? You say you got PTSD. You're on the disability train for the rest of your life.
Yeah. So talk about the Nelk Boys podcast shortly. You didn't say you watched it.
I didn't see it. Although I did watch the entire...
It was making me laugh.
I did watch the entire Hunter Biden on... did you see that at all? Hunter Biden on...
I did not watch Hunter
Channel
Biden.
5 with the Andrew.
Okay, what do you think of that?
Sick. I fucking
Hunter Biden's
absolutely
hilarious.
love Hunter Biden now. I honestly watch it. I go, Hunter Biden is awesome.
People always kind of said that a little bit.
Dude, you watch this Hunter Biden thing and you go, man, like... If this interview, like, I mean, it wouldn't have really worked because, like, obviously Joe Biden got kicked out, and so Hunter Biden couldn't have saved him, and like, but like, if this Hunter Biden interview came out when Kamala Harris was running, it like legitimately would have like helped her.
What kind of stuff did you like about him?
His recipe for making crack. He's literally just like, he's like, you just need a mayo container, a bunch of Coke, some sodium bicarbonate, some water, and it's like talking about crack. But he's like, you watch it and you go, it is a very like earnest, like kind of like he seems just like this genuine guy, and he kind of talks about all this like all.
Remember he did Marin and stuff? It was too much of a puff piece.
Yeah, there's not a puff piece at all. He's just like fucking dropping F-bombs every 2 seconds, and he's just like shitting on Jake Tapper and all these people, like the whole like, Democratic establishment, just fucking giving it to them. And Clooney, he's just like, who the fuck is George Clooney? Like, like he's just like, why the fuck do we care about George Clooney? He's just like, he's not even he's just like, he's an actor. He's like, he's just like a brand. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I was there. He's like, I was there when the whole Clooney thing before his op-ed, and essentially he's just like, yeah, what happened is, you're in like a greeting line, and then there you have a guy going to the president being like, this is George Clooney and Julia Roberts, and he's just like, hey, and then George Clooney's like, yeah, he didn't know who I was. And he's just like, I don't know. He's meeting tons of people. And he said he was like, Joe Biden was on Ambien during that.
And he was just like, I mean, I remember we talked about that. You're like, if you don't know who Clooney is,
then you cannot be the president. And then he like literally, but like Clooney's like really running shit behind the scenes. Yeah. And like, there's just all this stuff. He like, those
actors have too much power. There's no question about that.
Yeah. And he's like barely an actor anymore. He's just like this fucking.
He's a thespian.
Yeah. He's a thespian, but he's just like, he just runs shit behind the scenes. Like he is like the deep state. It's like George Clooney. He is like, honestly, like, dude, it's like literally you hear like him because his wife, like, she was the one who works for like the, I think, international court thing. That's
what happens. They took his pussy away, and now he just has the one girl, and now he's getting up to. He's trying to fucking rig the world. He was better off when he was out there crushing puss.
Of course, yeah. Salt and pepper Clooney versus fucking.
That's what happened.
Dyed-haired Clooney.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's like his wife like did the arrest. Yeah, like the arrest warrant for Netanyahu, and so then like, but Biden like basically said he's like, yeah, I'm not arresting Benjamin Netanyahu, and so he was like really mad about that. But
Clooney was mad that Biden's not going to arrest Netanyahu.
Yeah, basically. And so, but anyways, great interview. Honestly, I watched. I go, I would love to. I mean, he doesn't drink anymore.
Fucking like to have a beer with him.
Love to have a beer with him and the Punisher, man. That would be like fucking.
Us, the Punisher, Skrelly.
That would be a fucking time.
Just pull a crew. That would be amazing. We just pull a podcast together.
Yeah.
We go. It's Punisher.
He said the thing.
Skrelly, Hunter Biden.
He said the thing about how Sean McGuire, that like Sequoia VC, who basically was like, he tried to pay me. Remember, he had all the back rent or whatever, and he goes, he tried to pay us with a fucking painting with poop on it or whatever. He's like, that just did not happen. Now maybe he's lying, I don't know, but he's like, that didn't happen.
Okay,
like stuff like that, and he kind of talks about all like art and. Yeah, he's just like, I mean, he's very just like, I don't know. I was like a fucking crackhead. I don't know what to tell you. Like, it's fucking gets dark when you're a crackhead.
Yeah.
Shit gets dark.
Well, the Netanyahu podcast, it was honestly just kind of making me laugh that he's like legit. Benjamin Netanyahu is just straight up like a Fox News boomer dad.
Yeah. Yes.
Like 100%. He's just doing all like everything that you've seen like a million times where he was just like, oh, he goes, gays for Palestine. It's like chickens for KFC. Like he was railing off like fucking boomer memes.
Sure. Sure. Thinking that it's like the Nelk Boys audience would be like, yeah, you know what? I'm totally wrong about this whole Israel stuff.
Yeah.
After fucking boomer dad over here.
It was 100% boomer dad. He goes, they're throwing gays off the building. It's like, you know,
sure.
You're just like, okay, well, you're blowing them up in the buildings.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, it's like you're blowing up the straight people.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it was 100% just like 100% a guy that's just been like mainlining Fox News. That's been Netanyahu.
Yeah.
Without any changing. Like there was like, out of the 10 things he said, I would say like 7 of them I've seen in like fucking dad Facebook memes.
So yeah, the interview had real like Chris Farley show vibes too, where it's like Steiny is like, remember when you blew up all those terrorists with pagers? That was awesome.
Yeah. Danny was saying we should do a sketch where we're Garth and Wayne interviewing Netanyahu.
Yeah, Netanyahu.
I always have a soft spot for the Nelk Boys because Toronto shit. Yeah. And then also,
I like the Nelk
they
Boys.
just used to do they still do some funny ass shit.
I think I tried to get Netanyahu to do some pranks.
Oh, yeah.
You can do some prank videos. Like take him to Dearborn, Michigan, and just and like the fucking hidden camera, and just be like, yeah, just go knock and tell the neighbors you're moving in. Area.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Benjamin. I'm your new neighbor.
It would be even funnier is if they got Netanyahu where they had him walk in, they had $1 on a string, and they fucking. If you can get Netanyahu with the $1 on a string, come on, whoop! Netanyahu goes, that's weird.
Pennies glued to the floor.
Pennies glued,
literally on all fours, just being like
$100 bill on a string.
It's stuck.
Netanyahu's just falling over, grabbing for it. That actually would be. Now, when the Nelk Boys used to do the hockey scouts, that's still like one of my all-time favorites. The hockey scouts, and they would talk to parents saying they were scouts for their kids.
Yeah, I don't remember that one. What would they say?
Old school when they were just doing Instagram shit. Like it was, I don't know.
Would they say their kids were shit and stuff?
I don't know. Like all different. It was like a reoccurring one they did, right? But they would like mess with the parents, acting like they're scouts, talking if their kids make it into the NHL.
Oh, because I don't know if I remember told you this, but I went to my friend's to his son's hockey tournament at the mall over there, like or whatever. And like there was one funny thing where you're watching these kids and there's like parents sitting everywhere, and like there is like, because these kids are so good even though they're 8, but then like you treat it like you're like watching an actual like NHL game where you're like, fucking this kid sucks, and you're like fucking this kid blows, and you're like, you might be like sitting next to their parent.
Yeah.
You know, like literally like that might be their dad, and you're like, this kid fucking blows. It's just like their dad is just like beside you.
Yeah.
You go, oh yeah, they're 8.
I did think, by the way, that it was hilarious. Like even because I saw Whitney Cummings did a podcast about Epstein, and then she got taken down for Epstein stuff, and it was kind of making me think like how wild it is that you go with the Shannon Sharp stuff, all that stuff. You go, you can come online and like Me Too any guy in the world, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, that was like encouraged.
YouTube removed it,
and then. I mean, that shouldn't be the first time you've heard people getting in trouble for Epstein stuff.
Epstein? On YouTube?
That's what she said.
Really? I mean, I don't know. Tim Dillon's whole thing is all he talks about is Epstein, and his shit's up there.
It happens.
I wonder what they
depends on how you do it and what you do it, and I don't know, blah, blah. But like, dude, you've had stuff taken down from Epstein, haven't you? But lots of people we know have.
Yeah, no, I've never had anything Epstein.
Well, it's just interesting that like accusing.
I had a World Economic Forum. I got a strike for talking shit about the World Economic Forum.
Yeah.
Once. Yeah, but never nothing Epstein.
Did you see that?
I mean, it's just like there'd be nothing on YouTube.
There was just because like I mean, it's officially reached the point where like obviously people get in trouble for not being pro-Palestine, like in kind of any Hollywood adjacent spaces.
Yeah,
feels like people get canceled for not being it. But I saw one where they go, there was AIPAC Tracker. Did you see this?
I think.
Okay, so there's this place that tracks AIPAC, tracking AIPAC, the Israel lobby, and their anti-democratic influence on the United States. And this person says, got blocked by the liberal Zionist laundering propaganda platform AIPAC Tracker, which gives Bernie. So they're saying AIPAC Tracker. Trackers to Zionists.
Oh, Yeah.
I know it's kind of confusing.
Yeah, generally
but
when you get in those
maybe I
worlds,
should
a lot
put
of
it on the
purity
screen.
tests.
But yeah, my point is that like Twitter and TikTok is so much purity test where there's an organization that like tracks the Jewish organization and just only posts like what they've done, and then another organization is calling the Jewish tracker a Zionist.
Yeah. Well, it's
Because
because
they're not tracking them good enough.
If you're not based enough, then they go, yeah, you must be It's like people who call Stu Peters Jew Peters.
Right.
Oh, really?
There you go. Yeah. So I was just online. You're like, it's almost like it's gotten very puritanical in every which way, and everyone's yelling at each other. And at the end of the day, it's not that fun.
I got something good for you. This company reached out.
I'm listening.
This company reached out to me. I'm not going to say what they make Jewish paraphernalia, and they want to send
like
me some,
yarmulkes?
They want to send me some stuff.
What do they want to send you? Yarmulkes and stuff?
What do you think of those bad boys?
That's not true. Just say
It's like Israel Air Force Ones. What are the like Israel Jordans?
Danny, how fucking funny would that
Dude,
be if you went on a podcast and then just halfway through you just sort of kicked your feet up? Just sort of kicked them up?
You think the Trumps are controversial? The gold
You just-
Trumps? Imagine like that's just like your whole fucking like what was the show when they show your house? That show like Cribs, and you go
Yeah.
they show you the shoe room, and it's just like all like it's just these and Trump golds.
You just kick your feet up with some Israel Air Force Ones.
I didn't even respond to them. Should I ask them to send me a pair?
Please get the Israel Air Force Ones and just post.
Pretty fire, to be honest.
Dude, post you doing parkour and then where they do the.
I mean, yeah.
God damn.
That's good shit,
No, but I
right?
love the idea of you doing like, kind of like a right wing podcast and then just kind of like halfway through being like, and that's the thing. Man. But you're just talking.
Here's why it's not a genocide.
I mean, there's two sides.
I'm gonna DM them.
There's two sides to every coin, you know?
Yeah, but here's the problem. Like, I'm gonna be like, yeah, send me a pair of those Israel fucking Air Force Ones. I go, it's $25 and under for free swag.
Of course.
Yeah, they're not gonna be like, yeah, we're not sending you the $150 shoes.
I think these grow on trees, pal. Help. I live next door to a loud masturbator. Now, Danny's neighbor has made an
JJ
article.
Lieberman is in the news.
JJ Lieberman is
This is
in.
literally like I read this. I go, this might be JJ. It's in Brooklyn.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, might legitimately.
I live in a New York City studio apartment with cement walls that are apparently a little too thin. I have a neighbor whose solo activities are so vigorous I can hear the festivities quite regularly. It doesn't bother me personally, but I'm embarrassed for him and wondering if he has any idea how he has so little privacy. I don't know why it doesn't bother you. Just fucking sitting beside a guy that's like, it's insane. It's just anyway. It's just funny because the advice is so fucking bad. Should I somehow let him know by slipping an anonymous note, or should I just mind my own business? Blushing in Brooklyn. This is the advice that is coming from the Huffington Post.
This is from that Manners guy. He's like, you ever see him? He's like on Instagram. He's like this blonde kind of like.
What the advice guy looks like?
I think that's who it is. He's like this dainty. What is the term for the British
twink?
No, he is gay. Fuck. What? Fop? No, not a fop. I can't remember the term, but he's like he's very fancy. He's a real fancy boy. What? Dandy. That's what he is.
He's a dandy?
He's a dandy.
I can't find this guy's name. Oh, Thomas Farley? Is that it?
I think so.
No, they asked Thomas Farley, a nationally regarded etiquette expert who
Yeah.
goes by Mr. Manners.
Oh no, this is a different Manners guy. These are the guys who are like, you'll see them on Instagram. You go, this is how you eat a cob of corn if you're at a restaurant, and it's like first you grab the small fork, and then you grab the right knife, and he's like, you never touch it with your hands.
Those are brutal.
Yeah, brutal. It's just like, who's this for? You're like, I don't want to be in the fucking monarchy. Okay, I'm not eating a slice of pizza with a fork.
You're never gonna catch me using a fork and knife where I switch them. You know,
Oh hell no!
I cut it one way and then I switch. I put one down and pick up a different knife and eat it like a dandy.
Yeah, like, dude, I'll go to like nice restaurants and like there's a salad fork, and literally the first one I grab is what I'm using.
No, thank God, I eat salad with my hands.
Yeah, but
Deal
I'm
with
just
it.
like, I'm not like, I just grab a fork. I have no attention to if this is the right size fork.
Nah, you got the wrong guy.
Couldn't give a shit if someone's like, "Whoa, were you raised in a zoo? Using the salad fork for your main course?"
Yeah, and that zoo was called the Ajax Recreation Center, where we play hockey, have fucking eat dogs, popcorn.
That's the thing. These fancy pantses don't even eat hot dogs.
I know.
They're never. That's too pedestrian.
This is what this person says. So they don't recommend that they should slip an anonymous note. They go, find a time outside of work hours to knock on the individual's door and have a brief conversation that, once the pleasantries are exchanged, segues to a version of, "I'm not sure if you're aware, and forgive me, this is a bit awkward, but I've been having difficulty getting a decent night's sleep because of the activities that seem to be coming from your apartment." How is that better than leaving a note?
Yeah. I mean, you do it the New York City way. Shut the fuck up!
Yes, exactly. Yes.
That's all you do.
I know sound travels in our building, and I'm wondering if there's anything that you might be able to do to reduce the noise at all. In an ideal world, the neighbor will apologize to you, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
You
an
go,
ideal world?
Yeah.
You live in the Bronx. In an ideal world, your neighbor will not shoot you.
This is what Huffington Post advice. You go, "Hey, do you think I should leave a note that says he's jerking off too much?" They go, "No, you should tell him face to face." Because one of the reasons they said is if you, in the interest of candor and transparency, I would counsel the neighbors have a respectful face-to-face versus slipping a letter under the door. A moment a note has passed, a guessing game will begin, and two possible outcomes may follow. Neither is ideal. You go, yeah no.
I'm fighting fire with fire. I go, oh, you're
Or you fight fire with fire.
Oh, you're cranky. Oh, we're doing loud cranking again, huh?
Loud cranking. How about that? I put you put the porn up full volume.
Oh, full volume, yeah. Just like going fucking crazy. You want to play this game?
Oh, yeah. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. Staying alive.
Like that? It's the only thing you can do. People just don't know how to live.
Fuck right up. Yeah. I just love that Huffington Post their advice. You're like, do you think I should slip a note on the door? And they're like, no, you need to have face to face. If you put a note, who knows who they could go searching for someone, and then what if they get mad? And you're just like, shut the fuck up.
I'm moving before I'm having a face to face with my neighbor.
You couldn't pay me any amount of money to have a face to face.
I'm moving out before I'm having a knocking on the door, being like, I noticed you've been jerking off very loudly.
Yeah, right.
At all hours of the night. Could you keep it down, please?
Yeah.
And then what? You got to see them all the time now?
Not in a trillion years would I have that awkward conversation. I would move before I'd have that conversation.
Yeah, 100%. I just go, yeah, this is not a good area. I happen to move into a bad area.
Too much weird shit going on.
Shame on me.
Shame on me.
Made a mistake. Live in a bad area.
So that's JJ Lieberman in the news. Fellas, if you want to come check us out over on the Patreon every week, every week there's an extra episode.
Yep.
$5 a month. Patreon.com/theboyscast. Thank you for everyone who has been supporting us over the years.
Yes, sir.
And continues to do so.
Sign up.
Patreon.com/theboyscast. We will see you next week. Peace.